Mr. Game Lover here, back again with another video, and today I will be teaching you how to draw the GRIMROSE from Plants vs. Zombies 2. So you're going to want to start off by making a little S curve like that. It's not really noticeable. It sort of looks like a straight line, but it's not a straight line. And trust me, you'd notice if it were a straight line or not. So bend it. So now you're going to want to make a small curve connecting to the about a quarter way back to the first one. So now you're going to want to make a big upside down U curve, but it's sort of stretched out like a lot. So this is what it should look like if you're drawing on paper. So now in the hole for the first part, draw a little line there, and then a curve like that. So you're going to want to curve up and curve all the way to the left. But a note for when you're making the curve, don't go all the way down because that little T-shaped thing is in the way. So now you're going to want to curve about a little less than halfway through, a curve up. This is what it should look like if you're doing it on paper, by the way. So up, and then all the way across. But get ready to erase some parts. So now you're going to make a little tiny curve right there. And then you're going to make a bigger curve here. But again, get ready to erase some parts. I'm just going to extend that. And I went a little too far. Fill that in. And erase that part. Get ready to erase some parts. Did I say that already? I think I did. Now, what you're going to want to do is I'm just going to extend this. And then make a curve down there. Close that gap if it isn't already closed. Oops, that was supposed to be the eraser. Great, now you're almost on the top. That's what it should look like, unless the gaps are closed. Then you can erase them after we draw this, the middle part. So now you're gonna draw a semicircle. Again, get ready to erase some parts. I'm just gonna do that now because I have the reference image. But if you're doing this on paper, you obviously don't. So I would just wait until until you draw those three things. So yeah, now we're gonna draw that start on the inside, fill that in, and then draw that line. But no, as you should notice, it's short down there, and as you go up, it gets thicker. I'm also going to fill that part in. So now you're going to want to draw a backwards C type thing, and then just do the same for the rest, except at different angles. This is what it should look like so far if you're drawing on paper. So now I'm going to make that visible again so that I can see it. Now you're going to want to draw right underneath that part of the hole in the leaf or flower petal above, and make a giant curve over here. I'm just going to go down and stop there, and then go back to that original spot and curve right there. And then you don't need to do this part. I just do it for the details. Draw a line like that. Because there's a line there, and why not? And now you're going to want to draw that leaf right there. Sort of like that. Make sure you draw it right. I obviously did not. I'm going to fix that right now. Now you're going to want to draw the next leaf. You're going to go in like that, but don't go in all the way. This is what it should look like, by the way, if you were drawing on paper. So now, go back a little less than halfway, go over here, point it, and then go in. Make sure it's closed. I obviously cannot do that. Now the last leaf. You're gonna draw right there. It's the last leaf. You're gonna draw a curve, sort of curve, right there, and another curve down. I'm just gonna take that part away. Now you're almost done. You just need to draw the stem thing with the eyes. At the top, it's like sort of parallel to that. So, that left side of the circle, it's a little bit to the right of that. So draw down a curve, and you're gonna go over to the other side. It's again a little bit to the right of that circle. Go down like a curve. Now you can either pick up your pencil and pretend like you're drawing a curve, or you can draw lightly and draw a curve so that the two curves look like they're connected. I'm just going to draw it and then erase it so that you can see what I mean, except you would draw lightly for the leaf so that you can erase it and that no one can see it. So it's like it was never there, just like on the computer. So now you're going to do the same thing with the other side. Again, you can pick up your pencil, pretend like you're drawing it, or you can actually draw it. I'm just going to draw it down there because then I'm going to have to redraw that line in the leaf, and I'm too lazy to erase it and redraw it. So now you are super close to being done. All you need to do is draw the eyes and that little circle thing. This is what it should look like, by the way. And by the circle thing, I mean the circle portal thing at the bottom that the GRIMROSE pulls all the zombies into. If you play Plants vs. Zombies 2, you'll know what I mean. Now, let's make that visible again. That'd be helpful. Now you're going to draw the eyes, little U's, like that. And then draw little highlights in there. They're just circles. And then you would color the outside part of the eye like a bluish, like this part of the eye. You would color that all blue, if you wanted to color, of course. You don't have to. I'm not telling anyone what to do. Now the last part is the little portal part. So now what you're gonna want to do is draw a big oval, and when I say big oval, I mean one of the biggest ovals you've ever drawn, unless you're drawing this really tiny. So it should end right there by the leaf, in between the two leaves. So that's what it should look like if you're done, unless of course you want to color. I'll leave the two images of the powered and unpowered GRIMROSE right here so that you can color it accordingly to what you want. Oh, and by the way, for the powered GRIMROSE, you would leave all the eye white. There's no highlights, no coloring. Until next time, peace.